Often people describe it as a new normal. So it's like, yay, I'm returning back to normal life, but life is not quite the same normal as it used to be. So things are maybe a little bit different, and maybe that's because I feel a little bit different. I'm not quite the same person that I was before I was diagnosed with cancer. And how I relate to my friends is different to how I did before I was diagnosed with cancer, things like that. I think definitely one of the trickiest things when you finish treatment is the fact that you leave the hospital, you leave the doctors and the nurses and your teams that were looking after you, and all those that hopefully, very supportive, reliable network that you have. And suddenly you go back home, you go back to your community, and you're kind of free to go back to your normal life. But often you can wish that you still had that contact with your teams a bit more. And for some people that can be because they're really worried that the cancer is going to come back, and they wish that they would be getting checked up on more often, so that can be a bit scary. And I think for other people it can just be the sense of, well, how do I go back to living my normal life? I don't really remember how to do that. If you're in hospital for a while, it can be hard to get back to normal life, and at least normal the way it was before.